on one hand, they know how to listen to a male. On another hand, they know how to treat us like bad little boys. Look at us and be like, all right. You know, when another man, we're gonna lock horns. Another woman, we're gonna be like, yeah. You know,
What make you decide if I'm gonna do this based on the operator?
people who first come into business, we always say we gotta buy it right now. We went to this union and they have implemented this, and it is free because we want people to help. They're going to say themselves, look what else we got.
I want to see people win. I'm going to win.
Yeah.
But there's enough for everybody to win. We're not taking anything from each other by us all winning. So let's all win.
Yeah.
And that's what this is all about today.
My name is Nehemiah Davis. I'm a serial entrepreneur and a philanthropist. I really pride myself on giving back. They recently named a street after me in West Philly.
How they make? You're supposed to be dead. I didn't even get a street named after me. Hollis. Damn. What the hell happened? Is your government name?
Might be that. But we do a lot of charity work. As far as the business, we've been focusing lately on M&A, buying smaller companies and different things. Our biggest struggle that we're having is finding an operator to manage. Like we'll get a company, it may not do as well because we lose the person eventually, and then we don't have the strongest operator to continue. So we would like to purchase more companies. We own like 10 different social media pages. We use them to promote our clients. So it's just another arm to the business. So just smaller things like
so
that.
you're talking about how to retain good owner operators or find talent in general?
To retain them, number one. And then how to find talent. Like what is the number one place that you're doing to go find your operators? I know you just talked about earlier, that's the hardest thing. It's acquiring capital and operators, but you invest in so many businesses. What make you decide if I'm gonna do this based on the operator?
It is the person, 100%. It is, well, I look at the business and if it fits the portfolio for the right reasons and you're doing it for the right reasons. Is it an add-on to me? If you're just trying to go and make money off of it, you don't need to acquire a business. You send your money over to Bitcoin or Apple or Shopify, and you either make money or you don't. It's simple as that. They don't ask you how to fix shit, right? But in regards to the operating of the business, what are the formulas, or that you are doing to acquire the companies? Are you taking majority share? Are you doing how are you doing?
So I do a hybrid of both. So for a lot of them, we'll acquire like 100%. Like, yo, you got to run this thing for 6 months or something, right? But then when they leave, it goes down because we don't have that special sauce that they had. And the operator that we may have to take over, they're just not as good.
For Black Entrepreneurs Day, when I the first year I interviewed Bob Johnson. Bob said that when he got his deal, they gave him a much larger share in the deal, and he said, well, why are you giving me that? And they said, because you're always going to work harder for yourself than you will for me. I think they're trying to find certain triggers to help those operators. Now, the downside of that is if they're a bad operator, because, when you scale businesses, that same person that took you to 2 million to 5 million, 10 million can't necessarily take you there. 100%. So how do you come up with, and they're widely available online, how do you come up with great formulas to incentivize them, but yet give yourself the option to cash them out? It would have been the money you would have cashed them out with anyway. And how do you get them to train number 2 and number 3 and number 4 as part of the part of that business? You can also buy companies and do options on the company and say, listen, I'm going to give you X amount of dollars for the company. I'm not going to partner with it right now. I'm going to have an option. I want to see how you operate. And at this point, I can trigger my option. I can go, yeah, I was going to give you whatever, right? $100,000. But I'm going to give you 20, 20, 20, 20. And after year 3, I'm going to be able to trigger that option. So you see the growth. Right. If not, well, you got to partake in the company, learn what they do good, bad, or indifferent, and then not take the whole thing. You don't always have to, as people who first come into business, we always say, we got to buy it right now. Well, you know what? There's a lot of different ways to rent.
That's good. I appreciate that.
Are you a CEO that knows that you've done everything to master your craft? Now you need to take your personal brand to the next level? Well, I love working one-on-one with game-changing CEOs. And if you're interested, reach out. Go to workwithashark.com and fill out the form. Now, back to the video.
My name is Marcus Barney, also known as Him 500. I'm a serial entrepreneur, diversified from education, private aviation, and now transitioning into the tech world.
Is that why you own all those jets?
Yep, because we broke them. So I bought a jet a while ago, and it boosted my business. I was trying to save on taxes, and then everybody started booking it, and then we ended up buying to a jet broker. So now we do a bunch of private charter and stuff like that.
Excellent.
That led me into different partnerships and using my brand equity, going in and getting deals. So I went to that business. We tried to sell it. We got a valuation of $115 million. Somebody offered us $84 million. Looked at the deal and realized how much money it would give us. And it was like, it's not really, you don't walk away. I'm from around the way. I think you sell a business for $80 million, we get $80 million, and we out of here. They said, no, we give you this much, and then you got to perform for X amount of years. And we said, okay, so in order for us to get real money, we got to take it to a higher level, or this is not the business to exit.
Right.
So I said, okay, this is not the same. So I went into tech. So what I did was I have a credit repair software. The government is making it to where people cannot charge for credit repair. Too many people out here charge people for credit repair and offer paid services. So what I did was create a software that makes people help people do it for free. So I go, okay, as we're helping people do it for free, now the goal is, this is a tech company where we have an AI software, you upload your information, AI fisherman, boom. The question is that now, building this out, getting it to profit is one thing for myself, but now I look at major brands and corporations and figure out, okay, do I have to spend my money on marketing? I've done this a lot. I've done conferences and I always go in my pocket spending money to blow my brands up, but I can't take it where a Coca-Cola can take their brand when they come out with something. And I'm going, okay, in this day and age, what do you see from seeing what you did with influencers and hip hop, different things like that? What would be a good way to take a brand that helps everybody to market at high level to where it becomes that household staple that does what it's supposed to do?
Well, the technology is already, what is powering the technology? Like, what's your run rate on powering the technology?
When you say run rate?
Meaning, how much monthly are you burning?
Right now we got 6 developers.
And just forget advertising marketing, just the
operate.
below the line operating costs.
Operating costs, we at about $32,000 a month.
Okay. All right. So at $32,000 a month, you're going off of basically a $400,000 run rate annually. So and that's without you taking in, or you're.
That's without me taking.
Okay. So then how do you get ambassadors? If it's something that is free, how do you get into the system of going to, let's say, the SHRM, SHRM, it is the biggest conference of HR professionals and various other things. How do you get into gifting it to organizations that have 2,000, 10,000, 20,000, 100,000 people, and using their pipes? We call it pipes distribution. How do you get that out there on the backs of others, that there's an advantage? Because the product is already free, right? It makes me look good as an operator of a business to say to all my staff, you get this, and then where do you convert it after that and say, okay, well, we're not going to charge you for it, but maybe the advertising, maybe the marketing, maybe anything else. I think that's probably a better way, because advertising marketing is a big black hole, and like you said, you have huge companies. Oh, we'll fix your credit for free. I mean, these people are massive, right?
Yeah.
You want to always use what they don't have to be your. If they're a big company, they can't move fast. If you're a small company, you can move fast,
yeah.
Right? If they don't want to give it away for free, well, then you give it away for free, right?
Yeah.
So you got to find those pockets where you can hit massive amount of people.
with HR, what's the significance of HR with that, with the sharing company?
Well, the HR is all the HR professionals, the human resources, and they want to be able to say that if you're in our company, we are giving you these benefits. We are taking care of mental health, we're taking care of finance, because we know that if you don't have your credit in line, well, you're in trouble. I mean, today the problem is that the person who's not buying lavish things, all the COVID money has been spent, right? Now, all of a sudden, that mortgage that they had for 18 months, that was furloughed, now that's back in place. Now they've acquired more stuff. The interest rates have gone up, and their pay has only gone like this. They're becoming. There's a lot of people who need this right now.
Credit card debt is
And
at all time high.
if you become the advocate of that and say to the people, the teachers union or the police, and say, I'm helping those men and women on the front line serving us, and we went to this union and they have implemented this, and it is free because we want people to help. They're going to say themselves, look what else we got, right? So I think it's using other people's pipes to get the information out there.
No, that's that insight of just looking at it a different way worked perfect. Thank you, I appreciate
All
it.
right, man.
All right, boss.
Are you a CEO that knows that you've done everything to master your craft? Now you need to take your personal brand to the next level? Well, I love working one-on-one with game-changing CEOs. And if you're interested, reach out. Go to workwithashark.com and fill out the form. Now, back to the video.
So my name is Demetrius Walker. I'm in real estate development and M&A as well.
Oh, good.
And my question for you is on the M&A side. Out of all the companies that's been presented to you that you've partnered with on Shark Tank and things like that, what niches have been the most successful?
That's a really good question. No one niche, to be very honest. There is no general niche. The people that have been in Bitcoin since it was $20 are now benefiting. But over the course of the time, or the people that have been in junk, or the people that have been in fashion, there's no one segment. It's only somebody who's obsessed with what they're doing that I have found. Like give you an example. You're in real estate. I'm horrible at real estate.
Okay.
I said to a friend of mine, it's fascinating. I said, I don't know how you work real estate. I mean, you buying the ground and putting the pipes in, you doing Airbnb, you doing this and that. I have a hard time understanding. He said, Daymond, real estate has been around since the Egyptians. Fubu ain't been around since then. I don't know what you do. So it's really when somebody's absolutely fascinated with a category, or something, and every day that they wake up, it's Christmas because they find another way to unravel what they're doing and find more value that they can provide to the customer.
How many times have you had to change your criteria for companies that you've partnered with or purchased?
These are great questions. Well, I don't change the direction for the companies I purchase when it comes to Shark Tank, because I take a minority share because they're still the operator. And if I want to spend 100% of my time on a company direction, I'm going to put more money and time back into Google on the things that I have. So I've learned to let an operator be an operator, because that's why I'm investing in them, because of who they are. And that's how you scale, So everybody in this room and everybody in the world, when you're running a business, like even in Fubu, you would think that I'd be a great a maker of ladies apparel. It's horrible. I knew what I knew because I tried to make ladies apparel, and if you and I both wore 34 pair of pants, there's 4 sizes of 34 long, 34 short, 34 slim, 34 whatever, right? A baggy. You make a pair of women's jeans, there's 20 sizes to an 8 or a 12, right? They got the crotch, the bag here, gap in the back, slim, tight. I mean, I didn't know what I was doing. So I learned licensing. The same way that I can sell product here, but in Japan, they dress in kind of like outfits, almost like dolls, right? So I learned that I knew how to focus on Fubu from an 18 to 34-year-old male that primarily loved hip-hop that was ready to pay 20% more. Other than that, I licensed out boots, bags, boys, ladies, Denmark, Switzerland, Japan. And so what I try to do is focus on one thing and find other people that are really good at what they do and let them do it with me. So partner, licensing, collaboration. I mean, that's what you do as an influencer. You find other people that you feel match your values and you work with them.
Okay. For the companies that you partner with or purchase, the current operators, are there more women or men? And also in FUBU, as you built out FUBU, did you have more, like your main team, was it more men or women?
Well, I built out Fubu with three other males, but I have found that probably the operators of my well, the successful operators in my business and on my team, 70% have been women. Probably 70 to 80% women. They have a different mindset. They communicate much better. And I think we're going to go into the world where women are going to dominate business because we were in kind of the agricultural age. We were then in the industrial age, but now we're in the information age. And if women are more in line with their feelings and or they're able to communicate better in the communication age, you're going to dominate where we are. So I found that women leaders are much better because they first of all know how to. On one hand, they know how to listen to a male. On another hand, they know how to treat us like bad little boys. Look at us and be like, "Is that right?"
Yeah.
When another man, we're gonna lock horns. Another woman, we're gonna be like,
Yeah.
So, women I found are by far much better in business.
You confirmed what I thought. So.
Yeah.
Appreciate your time.
All right, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, everybody. I hope you found value in this. It was a little seed for everybody planted, maybe with him or even with each other.
Yeah.
Because like I tell D, man, I want to see people win. I'm going to win.
Yeah.
But there's enough for everybody to win. We're not taking anything from each other by us all winning. So let's all win.
Yeah.
And that's what this is all about today. So I really hope that you guys, enjoyed what Mr. Daymond done.
I'm always open to learning from all of you. And thank you, man, for bringing everything together.
Yes,
I really
thanks for
truly
having
appreciate you. And for my team being around. So I truly appreciate everybody. Thank you.
Man, I love working with CEOs and entrepreneurs. And if you think you qualify, go to workwithashark.com.